Hello and welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel titled Dhaval Surti. In this channel, I am sharing lot of information or lot of videos about pharmaceutical industry. This is my experience, and I am sharing my real life experiences, my real life knowledge rather than going to the hypothetical or theoretical guideline basis knowledge, which can help you how to effectively work and how to effectively contribute to the industry rather than getting confused with the guidelines and here again going here and there for your questions to your answers. So in my series of video about incident investigation, this is my second video, and in this video I'll be talking how to define an incident description. So it is said that a correctly defined problem is the half the solution done. So if you define your problem correctly, then you know what exactly is the problem area, or 50% of the solution comes from the correctly defined problem. So how to define an incident? So there are specific way of doing it, and I'll be discussing that specific way. First, when you are writing your incident, you have to define who observed the incident. That is the first and foremost requirement. Is it observed by the operator or supervisor or manager or while during the round? Who observed the incident? That should be your one of the criteria. Second, when it was observed. By when I mean the date and the time. So this gives a clear picture what was the day and what was the time. Time is important because it gives you idea whether it was in daytime, whether it was in second shift, or whether it was in a third shift. So this gives a clarity. So if it is in a third shift and there's some problem is there, you can imagine that there may be less number of people, or there may be a less intensity of the supervision which might have led to this problem. So first is who, when. Third is where. Where means the exact area we have to define. You cannot say production area. Production area might have multiple rooms and multiple sections. So you have to define production area. For example, in the manufacturing area, room number so and so. To that precision, we have to define in the manufacturing area, in room number so and so, on date so and so, at time so and so, by person so and so, it was observed. Now, what is the problem statement? What happened? And this is very important. What happened, the what part of the incident is very, very important. You have to clearly write what happened or what was the observation. Don't just like machine breakdown. For example, I'll take a machine breakdown. On that so and so, the person so and so, and this area of the machine breakdown. But this does not give me any idea what was the breakdown. So I have to write, maybe for example, I'll take an example of filling machine. So I can write, in while filling so and so, piston was jammed. One example. Or in while filling so and so, leakage was observed from the filling needle number 4 or 3. Or in wire filling machine, there was a jam in the wire transfer assembly or star wheel. The wire was jamming at specific location after the stoppering or before stoppering or empty wire. So this gives me a clear-cut idea that in wire filling machine at that specific location, that specific problem was there. What is the benefit of this? It gives a clear picture that it was not a simply a breakdown, it was specific defined problem, and this helps in correct investigation or correct reason to identify the correct root cause. If you don't define your problem correctly and honestly, then your investigation will lead to a different direction in which it will give you the reasons which are not true reasons, and you will come up with the kappas which are not kappa at all because you have not identified the real problem. So this is the first and foremost required to define the problem correctly. And final part is how much of the quantity was impacted. For example, if it is a batch, was it impacting the entire batch, or specific bulk quantity, or specific vial quantity? For example, you observed leakage into the filling machine needle number 4 after the filling of, for example, it is 20,000 batch and you have filled 6,000, and after that you observed this problem. This means up to 6,000 vials filling the machine was running correctly. After that it has a problem. So this gives me a clear cut demarcation that in my entire batch, after which specific time points, which specific quantity there is an impact, and where and how much I have to perform the impact assessment basis the intensity or basis the quantity of the vials filled. In aseptic environment, if there is a leakage, of course it will impact the entire batch, whether or not at which time point you have identified it, and basis the investigation you will come to know that is it impacting the entire batch or the specific quantity after that. So this is how, if we define correctly our problem, then it will be very helpful to perform investigation in the right direction. Hope this will be helpful to you. I will be making more videos in effective investigation. Please be with me, subscribe my channel if you really like my video. Thank you very much.